Well, good afternoon. Hello again, MGTOW. Welcome to my truck. Today, we're gonna talk about this idea of being nice and what it means, how women benefit from it, why feminism likes men in particular to be nice, and just overall debunking the stupidity behind the idea, right? And shedding the light on what it really is all about. Anyways, so being nice, what does it mean, right? What does it mean to be nice? When somebody else asks you to be nice, what they're really asking is for you to put your needs and your desires on the back burner. They want for you to become their servant. Let's think about some of the things that people usually associate with being nice, right? Opening doors for others, pulling chairs for others, right? Paying for somebody else's things. Picking up something that somebody else dropped off or dropped by mistake. Simping, in other words, complimenting a person when they don't really deserve it. All this behavior puts you at the service of others. Now, don't get me wrong. Life has its ways, you see? And if you go around throwing shit to people, some of it will likely come back to you. How is a big mystery, but that's how life works. The more you give, the more you receive. Usually, you know, there's that the law of reciprocity, right? An eye for an eye kind of thing, right? Today, you know, I do for you, tomorrow you do for me. But these modern women, they're all about taking and taking and taking from the man, you see? And that's why they benefit so much from this idea of niceness, right? And they take this fact of life, the fact that, hey, you know, you don't know what tomorrow brings. Maybe tomorrow you'll be on the weaker side of things, you know, and you know you're getting beat down by life, and you know that niceness that you put out there will come to you. It'll return to you, good faith kind of thing, right? So, but what these people do is they're exploiting this this benevolent concept of, you know, let's take care of each other, to rip you out of all your, you know, rip you away from all your resources. And so they pound on this idea of being nice. They pound it into men's heads from the very beginning. A mother's always telling her son, you know, be nice to your sister, right? Be nice. You know, put yourself on the back burner. Put yourself last, right? Don't raise your voice if something bothers you, right? Even though she wronged you, right? Be nice. Give up. And what happens is boys and men become weakened by this scenario, which, you know, that is presented to them. And many men just, you know, just go through life, and they have their things that they're doing. They're trying to survive like everybody else, and you know, sometimes they'd rather think about other things, and they don't think about, you know, how they're getting screwed by this woman who constantly keeps saying, hey, be nice, right? but they're not nice. They're not willing to put themselves last for you. And so I say, MGTOW, whenever you hear somebody say, be nice, right? Like the beggar on the street that comes over asking for money, right? It's usually the weak and the lame that depend on you parting from your resources, right? So they can benefit from your hard labor, right? Without having done anything to earn it. There's no fair exchange. There's no trading of their currency or their resources for your currency. They just expect, you know, they're entitled to your efforts. This mentality of, you know, and they always come to you with a sob story. Oh, you know, my car broke down 3 miles from here. I need money for gasoline. This and that, blah blah blah. You're like, okay, well, you know, I'm here at the pump. I'm here at the gas station. You know, you have the container in your hand. Let's fill it up, and let me give you a ride to your car. Oh no, I just want the money. Oh, you want the money, and they want the money to go drink or to smoke on your dime, right? And they'll be laughing because you were stupid. You were stupid enough to give it to them, right? And all along they depended on your ideas of mercy and compassion for others, and they exploit that. They exploit those Christian values, right? Mercy, compassion, benevolence, charity. If you feel like giving to a person or to an organization that you truly deem needs the help, right? And that they can benefit from your efforts, then by all means, MGTOW, go ahead and do it, you know? But don't let anybody take you for a sucker by bringing up this idea over and over to you that you have to be nice, that you have to be nice. You don't have to be nice. You got to come to that realization that you do not have to be nice. You do not have that. And as nice as that sounds, what it really means is that you do not have to put yourself behind others. MGTOW is about personal freedom. It's about liberty for men. So don't be nice unless you really, really want to be. And every time that you hear someone say, you know what, be nice, you have to start questioning. Do I have to be nice? Is this person benefiting disproportionately somehow from my efforts, my being nice? Or is it a fair exchange? Is it a give and take that we have going on in this relationship? Whether it's a love relationship or a friendship, right? So the main takeaway from this is question this idea of being nice, because it's being shoved in your face over and over again by these feminists, by the women, by the lame, by the weak. Because they're the only ones that benefit from it. Tough men, they say, well, you know what, things are shitty, but I'm gonna get my ass off, and my ass up, and I'm gonna do what it takes to get myself out of this hole. And if I do it without help, if I do it in a self-reliant manner, the manner in which this country was founded by strong and independent people, then all the best. And it goes without saying, do not take help from anybody when you don't need it. Do not accept help from others if you do not need it. Why? Because it makes you weak. It makes you lame. When chickens are born, they have to crack the eggshell in order to come out into the world. And oftentimes, you see them struggle. I never did grow up in a farm or anything. I grew up in the city, but when I was a child, there were men who came along, and yes, there were always men. They came along with a box of chickens, newly hatched chickens, and some eggs that were ready to hatch. And if you bought an egg, right, and you watch the chicken come out. Sometimes you get a black chicken or you get a yellow chicken. It was very exciting for one of us kids to see the chicken being born, right? And at first you'll see the beak, the little beak, right? And it'll start poking through the eggshell, the inside and out. And it seemed like it was struggling. The chicken appeared to be struggling to come out of the eggshell, right? And our first instinct as kids, whether it was because we were indoctrinated by it or it was natural instinct or whatever, our first instinct was to try and help the chicken out of the eggshell. But we were advised by the person selling the egg or the eggs that if we did this, if we helped the chicken out of the eggshell, the chicken would soon die. It would die because it would be too weak to make it out of the, once it was out of the shelf, it would be too weak to make it out on the real world in life, right? It needed to crack its own eggshell in order to develop the strength necessary to make it out in the real world. So MGTOW, make sure that you crack your own eggshell. If that is what you have to do. Accept no help from others, especially the government, unless you absolutely need it. Unless you're ready to give up and sweating and you see no way out, that's when you accept help. And only the help you need, nothing else. And make sure to pay back the favor. When people started migrating west, after they crossed the Allegheny Mountains here in Virginia, where I am today, right? Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Tennessee, this area. When they started migrating west back in the 1800s, they understood this concept, the concept of self-reliance. They knew that they had to be self-sufficient and that accepting help from the government was a dangerous thing to do, because you give up your freedom when you take handouts. Anyways, MGTOW, that is the two faces of the coin here, the self-reliance coin. accept help only when you absolutely need it, and give help and be nice only to those who you deem absolutely can benefit from it, and not because they say that you have to be nice. And this is in particular particularly addressed to those who are coming into constant contact with women. I thank you for watching this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I have more content coming for you. I have a couple of videos made up already. One's about immigration and MGTOW, the second part of immigration and MGTOW, and in which I'm going to talk about how the feminists have influenced the immigration process here in America for at least a century and a half, or at least for the past century. And so anyways, I'll catch you in the next one. It's been a pleasure. Bye bye.